make,
Rồi
purely
Nhật
money.
qua là học lớp 11 ở đây chuyên này không biết bài thi của nó năm 12 mới biết ráng bù
Literally, the physics junior lab basically like we do physics because we want to help the world. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm like,
lấy đến năm lớp
I
11
love
thôi.
this place.
I work in a lab doing my own research there, and the guy goes, "We're saving the world every day. We should be paid way more."
Nice.
What else do you do? Sports or?
I used to run cross country,
Yeah, me too.
but I want to do hockey.
Do they have ice hockey?
Yeah.
Chơi thể thao gì?
They don't have it as a varsity sport, but they have it as a club, and they have
Frisbee
Because I have a friend
tạm tạm thôi chứ không phải là
sophomore
Thì mình chơi
who's amazing ice hockey player. So I think trying to be on the club team. Really fun.
được rồi.
Yeah, ice hockey that's really cool.
I love skating. I've never actually played hockey, but I've skated for a while, so.
I feel like we figured out it's the important part is staying upright. See, I would fall flat on my face and then be in serious
Kind of
trouble. I don't think I'm that graceful. And I have no hand-eye coordination, so to be able to
Yeah, but if
actually...
you're running cross country, that means you've already got the ankle strength.
That's so true.
When I first started, like, I brought my dad one time, and his ankles were like near bleeding from just how much it hurt.
Just standing.
Exactly, and for me it's like, why?
Yeah. And I cross country freshman and junior year, but I'm constantly injured. I had knee injury, I had a hip injury, and then I started rowing. Now I'm out with a hip injury, but I'll plan on rowing next year.
Nice. I only did junior year whenever I had varsity. The coach for MIT's cross country team emailed me. He's like, "Oh, what were your times this year?" "Oh, I didn't run this year.
Sorry.
I didn't have the time." He never responded.
I definitely beat my freshman year, and then coming off an injury just didn't work. That was not the comeback I expected.
Yeah, usually that's how it works.
But my coach, she's like, "Oh, two, you're so good." Tense year.
Yeah. What they say, what doesn't kill you makes you
Oh,
stronger.
it's so true.
Or it cripples you.
I'm gonna go make you stronger.
Makes me feel better.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not afraid of anything now. So have you actually played anything else for CPW?
I haven't until out. Well, I have to go to all singing events because I love singing. It's just so much fun. There's karaoke night there. There's now actually last one is recital. And then baking stick.
That's probably one of the best things to do is to go in the dorms and even in frat houses if you want. Basically, I just went through and highlighted anything that had to do with something I found interesting, which frankly wasn't singing. But
So awesome. I love it. I sing 5 days a week in my school's chamber chorus. So I have to sing today and tomorrow or to lose my mind. And I don't think my roommates will be able to see in the shower, so.
you sing well, hey, why not? It's got good acoustics.
It does. I need to find out if I can talk to anybody in the symphony orchestra for the French program. So, nice to find out some fun stuff.
I think they have like an information session about that.
And I should go to the one for Liberty as well.
All that one too. I'm like, yeah, I've never heard of that.
It was amazing orchestra, actually. It really is. People don't realize how awesome the orchestra is. I've never been on an orchestra.
Cái phải là tuyến đầu tiên. Cái phải là tuyến đầu tiên.
I mean, I'm kayak and I've canoed, but
It's really different because it's your entire body. It's more like drive. It's supposed to be one of the most painful experiences, but John Erger is always
No, we can.
I've been on the water.
You can make me
You know the one.
Nó hai cục rồi.
Hai cục rồi.
Bao nhiêu lần cho biết thôi.
And it's different
Cho ba
for
mẹ con.
8 people plus your little coxing is driving you. I'll
Okay,
motivate you.
okay.
Let's do it.
Cái gì mình cho ba mẹ.
I guess so. It sounds like my feelings for running. It's like, oh my god, I hate running afterwards. Oh, good run. That was enjoyable. Exactly.
You get to trick yourself. Okay, so next country is one of the awful sport. And then there's swinging. I did two really
Should have done something like synchronized swimming. Something just like, oh, cool.
Là Nhật biết đi đâu? Sông An không?
Là đã lấy lịch rồi mới đi.
Oh right, I had no.
Thích đi đi chú.
Hả?
Có mấy cái mà soldering ấy.
Get your brand.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool.
Tại Nhật muốn đi muốn học cái gì? Ồ, aerospace. Có thể nhờ. Mình cũng muốn đi cái chỗ đó nhưng mà tối nay thôi. Hay là ngày mai?
My friend is also a
Chiều.
diver. Really good.
Coi lại đó không nhớ.
Ở cái người host của mình á. Tối nay có gì đi?
Once I get past the initial, I'm gonna throw myself off this board.
Mình sẽ đi barbecue.
Nhật muốn đi luôn không?
She isn't.
I would never attempt any of that stuff. But
It's so scary. I can't even watch videos for diving. It just terrifies me.
Có liên lạc với lại người host chưa?
Nó lên đó bảo gặp nó thì bảo lên đó gặp nó.
It's so stressful.
Có biết hình ảnh gì không? Hay là
Lên Facebook nó thì thấy đầu lên cục rồi biết.
người gì?
I know the majority of the ones that go to my ring, so I'll just be like, no, no.
I can't watch this.
My friend's just like, you have to try. It's just like, they offer a class at MIT, you should take it. I'm like, maybe actually. But first is hockey.
The hard part about it, the hockey skates are different from the ice skates.
Figure skating has a,
Okay.
they have a toe pick. They have a toe pick, and it's also a longer blade. Additionally, it's also a curved blade,
Nó chơi nhạc cụ.
whereas hockey skates are relatively flat on the
Chưa
bottom.
đâu nhưng mà
The
giờ
whole idea
mới
is you want to be able to stop just like that. So you need to have as much surface area as possible to actually
Nhật cái chơi gì không?
do hockey tops on.
Chưa đâu.
But figure skaters, they don't normally do
Làm gì
hockey
không hả?
tops.
Trẻ lười lắm không có tập
They
gì
need
đó.
to be able to
Kèo
do it
lắm.
so they actually look graceful.
Trời, tất nhiên phải giỏi lắm rồi đó.
Just pushing off. All they
giỏi.
do is step.
Giỏi không? Chơi biết.
And figure skating comes from
Có mấy cái đôn mà nó có piano cho practice luôn mà.
It's this really
Có thể có.
dorky comedy.
Có mấy cái.
So this figure skater lost their partner and they had to get a hockey player to replace him. Doesn't this not ring any bells with you? No?
A little actually.
Yeah, and they've remade,
sounds like a
remade
pretty
the movie like
understandable plot.
5 times.
Okay,
So
yeah.
there's been
Rồi,
makes a new one every couple of years.
tại Nhật hả?
4 or 5 of them.
Guys, we have the most original idea.
Of course, I'm like, bring it on series. Never gets old.
Cái này đẹp hơn New
It's
Jersey.
always good. Always. It can't go wrong. It's just always amusing.
Ở phía Nam sure gần phía Nam.
Yes. So what do you think you're gonna fear the most?
Là lên taxi á, đỡ đâu.
Và ở phía Đông
Not
chưa
being as smart as
Trong mình
everybody
có
else. Or doing too much.
ở đâu.
I tend to take on way too much.
xong lên đó
I
ở.
totally understand.
So
Xong lên đó
I've
ở.
already decided that first semester I'm going to do everything I want and see if I can
Giờ cũng
survive.
có vài người ở
If I
bên
crash
đó,
and burn, I
vài
should
người ở Hawaii.
Step back a little. Second semester?
Ở Hawaii.
Start strong.
Yeah, it's one of those things where
Không qua cái nhiều bao nhiêu.
you're worried that you're not going to be as good as you were in high school to do what you want to do.
Có một cái state
But then it's also you don't need to do as well as you did in high school.
Hawaii.
It's like, oh, you failed the class? Just keep it.
Tay quá.
That's fine. Everyone does. Yeah, first semester, 8 classes.
8 classes.
Why not?
Man, I'd rather do 8 activities than 9 classes.
Tìm đẹp nghe.
Doing everything. Doing orchestra, crew, working in lab.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
I can't wait to figure out what working in a math lab is like.
Oh, that's why it's so strange.
From what I have my friend, he's going to
Sport
Caltech,
do you play?
and he went there and he was asking people like, so what do they do in the math lab? So like, they just kind of like sit around and think. Like we walk in and they're just sitting there.
That's what they do. They just
Yeah,
wow. Okay.
sounds like my kind of thing.
That's awful. You just sit around and think about math. I think it's so confused after a while.
Some of the things will make you have like an existential crisis.
Of course, yeah.
It's like, oh my god, Gödel's incompleteness theorems. What am I doing with my life?
Đang
You get past and you're like, oh, well, okay, self-verifying theories.
quên tiếng Việt đó.
Yes, that's exactly what I feel. I always think about these theories. This is what I do when I'm sitting quietly by myself.
Of course. That's what I do. Either that or physics.
I do like physics. I really do.
I like physics because it's math.
Yeah. It's a neat subject, though.
Yeah, it is.
Have you thought about doing engineering or applied math?
I used to, and then I realized that whenever I was doing it, I was also always asking, well, why does this work? Then I realized, oh wait, that means I'm kind of pure mathematician, pure physicist. I want to be
Mình
theoretical.
thích nói cũng được thôi, nhưng mà không thích nói mà.
Don't get me wrong, I
Kệ
like
nó
to
thôi. Nếu mà mình nói chuyện thì nói sao mình nói.
right now. Here is my thing.
Nói giống như mình cũng muốn coi sao mà đồ vật nó hoạt động.
It's actually kind of funny.
Mình cũng muốn đi physics.
A lot of us have 2 math classes our senior year. Yeah. We have
Bây giờ
something
nhập
called
học
further math,
AP.
which is like discrete mathematics, theory,
Physics,
stuff like that.
cow, stat,
So it's only 5 students
history.
because it's the hardest math class that
A
we
lot
all
of
Là
us
cam, one,
Okay.
cái này.
The best students take 2 classes,
Đấy, thêm với lại
and 2 of them out of the 5 are like totally applied mathematicians, or at least that's what we thought. And one of them was like very, very stringent about it, you know, like, oh, I program in YG math, and it's not actually going to have an application, which is stupid, blah, blah, blah. And then he discovers this thing, so we've been working on this problem for like a semester, and now
Mấy
he's
Việt Nam
like
thì có học
totally pure.
quên hết.
nhập cũng đâu có cần đến cái môi trường của nhập.
All the other pure
Có lẽ là
math,
không là cũng muốn biết thêm.
we converted him.
Nó cũng
Phải liên quan tí là.
Oh, it's so funny. I can't imagine just sitting around thinking about, just thinking about math. I guess I sit around and think about
Cái vườn đấy.
pathways though, so it's not really.
do để có người đi
That's probably why we all
No,
go
no,
to
no.
IT.
Đại vô năm đã rồi mới đi
Apparently our
đi
passion
tìm kiếm
is
sau.
giờ
I
kiếm
spend
cảnh
way
thôi
too many
đó.
hours in the lab.
Chưa kiếm người.
Probably not so much sleeping at all in May. Like poster presentation. It's to get my research all started away.
Yeah, they don't really have any physics or math labs where I live. They have bio, like scripts. Florida.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
I live in West Palm, or I live in Palm Beach.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, please, yeah, so you're complaining about the weather. Oh, yeah, no, it's nice. Palm Beach. Everybody wants to go to Palm Beach.
So everyone wants to go to Palm
một cà
Beach,
phê
but
uống
they really
ngủ.
sucks.
And then they leave.
It's the most overrated place ever. Have you ever heard of halfbacks? It's people who came down for a vacation, said, oh wow, we love this, stayed,
Cả Nhật đã xem cái
like
này
moved down,
lạc lần.
realized, oh my god, this
Tìm
place
đường chạy ra
sucks,
chỗ
and
đó.
moved back
Thế là
halfway.
mình vô phía sau của sân bay. Nó dẫn GPS nó dẫn ra phía sau bãi đỗ xe bay. Rồi nó hỏi rồi chạy ra phía trước.
Hồi chứ lâu giờ không
I don't
đi-
know a lot of people,
Nó
but
đi lần một nhớ.
usually it's either old people or like middle-aged people.
Đi đón người ta thì có, mà đi đến chính mình
I don't know
rồi.
why the old people
Tại
like
vì cái chạy với GPS á.
Yeah. It's close.
Nhà nói gì đâu vô đây hết.
It's better than cold weather.
I don't know, I can't really judge.
Yeah, it's true.
I've never had a real winter.
DC is pretty okay for this live weather wise. It's just I am. I'm from Maryland. I'm like an hour south. That's cool.
I go to Penticton High. No one's ever heard of it.
Not ringing the bells.
That's but yeah,
Where should talk then?
I'm Cecilia.
Nice to meet you. I'm Shamil. Can I catch your name? Aiden. Cool name. Oh, and Aiden. It's very classy.
Okay.
Where are you from?
Florida. Yeah. It's hot.
Apparently it's like DC summer. It's humid and sickening.
And all year.
Yeah. I wasn't aware.
I think we had one like winter-esque day this year, and it went down to maybe like 60 at the lowest. It
Wow.
happened for 2 days and then it went back to being 80 every day.
We had a really warm winter too, though.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It was really strange.
80-degree weather, like sometime in early March or whatever, and then it went back to being like freeze warnings.
Oh yeah, that was. And the year before we had Snowmageddon, where it snowed like 10 inches in DC, and the whole city shut down for a week and a half.
See, that was fun. It was not being in school until we ran out of things like toilet paper and soup.
Basic supplies, yes.
And then
Phải
our
làm
neighbor's
spaghetti.
snowblower broke, and we just been like, our other neighbors like
spaghetti.
plowed that they usually
Làm cái đó.
use on their driveways.
Tức là trong project ở thị trường
And
á.
we have like this huge driveway, so we had to like dig. I'm sure it's got longer in my memory than it actually was. And so we had to like dig ourselves out underneath this. Terrible time.
It was a huge deal for DC. We were not prepared for this. The president told us that we were being wimpy, but we firmly believe that it was justified.
We're just not both in the earthquake.
Earthquake?
Like,
That was strange. They were fixing the Washington Monument until about a month ago.
and the National Cathedral had damage. Like at my school there was like we have this awning in front of our dorm and there used to be a crack across it and they wouldn't let us use the front door.
They're still working on the cathedral. I go to school at Civil Friends School. I don't know if you've heard of it. Yeah, and so NCS is just on the street. The cathedral's right there. Yeah, so I don't know what's happening with that. I hope they fix it.
I guess that is one good thing about Florida is we don't really have very many natural disasters. We have hurricanes.
Okay, I was about to say.
We have hurricanes and it's like
Big ones.
after you've lived in Florida for so many years, it's just like, okay, let's just put up shutters and really just sit in our house for a couple days and then figure out what the damage is.
Nghe tụi nó hiểu hết
It's
không?
usually really not that bad.
Thì nghe hoài
Louisiana, on the other hand, Texas,
Nhật cũng phải hiểu hết.
not so
I
much.
spent a few summers in Texas.
Khoảng 80-90%. Không nhiều khi nó nói nhanh không hiểu gì.
Yeah.
Tại vì
It's like
Do
Sao năm?
mới 2 năm, Nhật ở lâu.
little sad, like
Do mình mới qua mình cũng đâu hiểu gì đâu. Vô ngày đầu tiên á, đâu có chuyện lại. Đâu biết nói gì đâu.
Xong rồi mua mấy năm sau tụi nó mới bắt kịp mình.
Thì xong cái năm đầu tiên á thì cũng nói
until it was dark.
tập nói tập lần.
Nelson's pretty though.
Nhật cũng
Well, I've been to Texas only on the layover, and that was
đi
about
phim,
it.
phim này đi khá nói chuyện.
Yeah, exactly.
Và cuối cùng cũng quen là nó nói nhiều quá, cô chưa nói vô nhiều dữ.
Nó bù.
It was great. LAX is terrible.
It's very overwhelming.
Oh, you just listen.
The area in general is a lot of stuff.
Actually, you guys like to say
Officially, yeah. You?
I'm like 99% sure I'm applying to Harvard, but
Sorry.
so I have to. So like science majors at Harvard do like a lot of assessment stuff at MIT anyway, so I'll probably end up using a lot of the same lab. Like,
Why get second rate when you can just get the actual thing?
Exactly. I totally agree.
I want to be like folklore and mythology in the morning and astronomy at night.
Why can't you do that here? You'd be surprised. They have a great humanities department actually.
So I've heard, but I don't know. I think my mom would not if I didn't. It's her own, you know. So it's just like I can't even say it right. I have to like go hang out with some Southie lobster. Just pick it up.
I can't even say it right.
Yeah. But I meant to like also the big deciding factor is financial. No, I was Harvard gave me a lot of money and it might nope.
Làm sao mà mình phải đi đón mấy đứa này? Không không, nếu mà
Hỏi
đi
mà
Super excited just to
nhà Nhật cũng muốn làm luôn á.
làm gì?
Làm cái người hút.
Are you interested in bio?
Thì làm đi, làm cũng được, không làm cũng được.
Ở đó bận thì sao?
Cuối năm mà
Do cái người hút của mình á cũng bận. Rồi cái ngày đầu tiên á thì mình giao cho cái người khác.
Cells are cool. And, like mammalogy, you know, and like field biology and stuff. So I really can't
Sao Nhật
decide.
cũng chắc chắn là đi material đúng không?
Every
Biết
science
luôn rồi.
class ever. And it sounds like maybe a week.
Còn cái của mình á thì sao?
I'll probably end up
Sẽ
with
có
something
tốt.
broad like
Uri. Uri. Yeah.
Chemistry.
I'm not a fan.
Uri là khỏe đó.
It's the only
Học 4
thing
năm không mất gì.
Đỡ
See, I'm not a fan of
cho
bio or chemistry for usually one single
Là
reason.
đưa lên báo này.
I don't want to memorize either all the different names for every possible part of each
Trên bay
cell,
nè. Ở trường là trên bay.
and I also want to memorize all the different chemicals.
I find it hard.
Tại nó thấy mình mới qua hàng năm mà mình
Does it very good?
thấy
Look
đặc
them
biệt.
up. That's my Google.
Cái kia vô
Yeah.
tình nó là you can.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I wouldn't want to say, oh, yeah, I have a master's in chemistry. Meanwhile, let me get out this book and figure out what this symbol means.
Calcium carbonate.
Oh, I feel like we might have studied
Không
that.
ngờ nè.
Oh, well, I have
Là
a
mình
book.
ít nói.
I think I'll enjoy chemistry more.
Tưởng bình thường.
No, I just really don't want my chem classes here.
I just don't want to take
Nó
Marco.
nghe cái là nó
Oh,
nó
we're just gonna be rough.
I'd rather take, like,
Là
Really? Physics is
sao con
nice.
gái có phục rồi không? Có nhiều con gái
like
theo
math.
không.
I think you like math, you actually like physics.
At the same time, like biology was my favorite class when I was back. Like this summer is cool because like I managed to like in an astrobiology lab, so I'm like forcibly matching the two together.
Lâu quá.
So
Astrobiology.
yeah, it's actually like it's mostly like I don't know, it's mostly pure chemistry, but like the idea with my project this summer, I'm looking for biomarker gases on Mars, which like coolest summer job ever.
Yeah, it's
so,
really
but yeah, so like their whole thing is like using principles of chemistry and biology to figure out well like why does life work the way it does on this planet? It's weird, you know? So that's cool. Yeah, that's kind of like trying to keep up with both space sciences and biology.
Where is this astrobiology lab?
There's kind of NASA Goddard Space Flight Center is about like a little over an hour away from my house. So they have like a whole bunch of different departments in astrobiology, which is one of the things they do. Astrophysics is obviously their biggest thing. So like they have tons of people working there for NASA, and then they also have like a bunch of contractors. So there's aerospace engineering going on, there's like pure research going on, and there's like little individual projects that scientists are doing things like this are doing themselves. So it's just it's really awesome. It's also structured like a college campus. So like you'd be working or whatever, and then you're like, oh, I'm done. And then like you go outside and there's like people jogging and riding bikes and throwing business around. So it's like, man, science is awesome. So
Nói gì bây giờ không để ý.
I'm excited.
nó đi làm hè rồi.
Still, I might change.
I know, right?
I know.
Nói gì mà
It's only a logical choice.
You think
Just convince MIT that you're bored.
more money comes. Please. They also want me to get like a part-time job that pays way more than that's true. I might live
Phải rồi.
so I
Không biết nữa. Tại cái đó quen quen.
we are scientists.
Yeah.
What do you put on her?
I still get to like take classes on the slide.
And every time you do, you will regret your decision.
It's so true.
See, they say the same thing.
Okay, the only one I know, I went to the physics department at Harvard, and the one at MIT is way better. Like, from an objective viewpoint, like before I decided on MIT, that was my decision. Like, okay, because in reality, like every other part of Harvard pretty much treats the science department as its own little place, which can be both a good and bad thing. But rather, I'd like to go to a college that's like, hey, everyone does this.
I like having a lot of really different people everywhere, you know? Like, I don't think of all like the other admitted students I've met from the DC metropolitan area, you know, like in the various like local groups or whatever, I haven't met a single other science kid, you know? Which means I can just like babble about science and they're like, wow, that's so cool, you know? like about folklore and mythology and stuff. So like I don't know, I kind of like the idea of everything about plus I've been talking with like some of the
Bạn nói tết thì nói kinh dị.
How that is.
Yeah.
That's a reason to go.
Boom, we're going there.
There's that super British
Mình
person.
phải nói chuyện nhiều.
Phải nói chuyện nhiều cũng giỏi.
Yeah.
Biết nhiều bạn nói dễ học. Đó, tới rồi đó.
I hear CBW is like the
Biết này
best
không?
time of your life, so it might take time.
Một trong những cái ở nhà vui chơi đó.
See, I don't really like the atmosphere in art.
I did much of it all.
I've been like, oh, yeah. So my mom's only daughter, and like she always does so I've been around a lot. I don't know. It probably depends on who you hang out with.
Yeah, I mean that's true for anywhere.
Like I don't think I could hang out with political science people. It'd be like being with like 15 friends.
See, for me, if I was just stuck with an entire class full of political science majors, I'd probably just kill half of them and be fine with the rest. It's like, okay, you disagree, die.
We wanted to talk about that more because I know other people and I can agree with you.
I didn't know you were going to be a psychologist. No, it's not really that. It's just, I don't know, I couldn't do the whole political science thing.
There's some really cool stuff, but it's just, I just, not for me. Or economics is, I don't get it.
I don't think anybody truly understands economics.
Because so many experts, and they're like super experts, they know so much about economics, and they totally disagree with it.
Yep.
But like physics, math, and like
Always
biology
right.
and chemistry.
But it's still so much to discover in everything.
Yeah. But at least in math, you know you're right when you do. Say, guys, we just came up with this new theorem. Oh, are you sure it works? It's a theorem. I proved it. Oh.
Đây một cái đom rồi.
You guys look at XKCD. One
I
of the
left my hoodie at home.
comments goes somewhere along the lines of, you know, we just need to tell our students that there is no absolute truth in our fields and that they just need to explore things on their own. And then this guy sitting in a chair. Except for the math
Cơm mà bị
teacher.
xây bằng số.
Thank you.
Mấy cái số.
Part-time students. But they have like another one like that. It's like a spectrum or whatever. Like,
Yeah, we used that for a program answer 1 year. Oh, I didn't see you guys over there.
what a great comment.
Massive.
Không biết đã vô thôi. Đâu cũng được. Ở dễ.
The land.
Chứng minh nào xinh xang rồi.
Hả?
Chứng minh nào xinh xang gì cái tiền.
Bữa nào cũng được. Bữa nào mà người ta không có tiền mình mà mở nhạc lớn, mình dành cho nhạc khác. Và mở to mà.
I want to live in the castle.
Không có này của em đi.
Have you visited before?
Yeah, I did this